Families comprised of a married mother, father, and their children are the foundation of a well-ordered nation and healthy society. Welcome to Part 6 of Project 2025. I read the 920-page PDF, so you don't have to. In Part 5, we tackled the Republicans' plan for women's health care, and today we are diving into the Republicans' plan for the American family and the LGBTQ+ community. I suggest pouring a glass of wine for this one. Recently, Republicans have been coming for IVF, and you might be thinking, oh, that's so that they can make it easier to ban abortions. But that's only part of it. The other part, which no one is talking about, is Republicans want to make it harder for the LGBTQ+ community to have children. And they aren't hiding it. They say their goal is to promote stable and flourishing married families. Families comprised of a mother, father, and their children are the foundation of a well-ordered nation and healthy society. They go on saying, in the context of the current emerging reproductive technologies, HHS policies should never place the desires of adults over the right of children to be raised by their biological fathers and mothers who conceived them. So unless you are a straight couple, Republicans think you shouldn't be allowed to receive IVF. Republicans also say for the sake of the child's well-being, programs should affirm that children require and deserve both the love and nurturing of a mother and the play and protection of a father, despite recent congressional bills like the Respect for Marriage Act that redefine marriage to be the union between any two individuals. To leaves way for Republicans allowing adoption agencies to discriminate against people based on their sexual orientation. They even go a step further with their family agenda plan. The secretary should proudly state that men and women are biological realities that are crucial to the advancement of life sciences and medical care, and that married men and women are the ideal natural family structure because all children have the right to be raised by the men and women who conceived them. They also go on saying, unfortunately, family policies and programs under President Biden's HHS are filled with agenda items focused on LGBTQ+ equity, subsidizing single motherhood, disincentivizing work, and penalizing marriage. These policies should be repealed and replaced by policies that support the formation of stable, married, nuclear families. So what policies are they talking about? Well, for one, Republicans want to eliminate equal access to health services for the LGBTQ+ community because they want to ban all healthcare for trans people. But they also want to get rid of child care subsidies and assistance. And you might be thinking, so how does that incentivize parents to work? Well, they don't want women to work, of course. Yeah, you heard that correctly. They want to prioritize funding for home-based childcare, not universal daycare. Ah yes, Republicans want to take us back to the time when women had to stay home and take care of the children. And their reasoning is because preschoolers aren't on track. So let's have their parents teach them instead, right? Because that worked so well during the pandemic. Especially when 54% of Americans read below the equivalent of a 6th grade reading level. But they will do anything to force women out of the workplace. And what's even more hilarious is they say instead of providing universal daycare, funding should go to parents either to offset the cost of staying home with a child or to pay for familial in-home childcare. So let's math this out. There are 9.3 million families who have kids between 3 and 5. The average salary in the US is $59,400, so to offset the cost of staying home, they would have to pay each family $59K, totaling $548 billion each year, versus the universal pre-K that would cost $351 billion over the next 10 years. So where would Republicans get the extra money from?
No one knows.
Also thought I would mention that they want HHS to prioritize married father engagement in its messaging, health, and welfare policies. So for all those mothers trying to keep their children away from abusive fathers, Republicans just want to make that even more difficult.